Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Max Tech Motorsports. So today we're back with the GTI again. So last time I left you guys, we were taking off everything from the rear, the springs, brake rotors, and yeah, the rear struts. So today we're going to be putting on hopefully the struts. So the brand new coilovers are going to be going in with our custom Swift springs. Yeah, and then hopefully we're going to put our sway bar on as well. We have a sway bar from Eibach. So really looking forward to it. So let's just take a look again what we're looking at. You can see right here. So we have our hub and our rear control arms, or our trailing arms back here, that are all set up. So I went on my way during the week and just kind of lubed everything up, but what I'm going to be doing now is taking some brake clean as well as some sort of wire brush and whatnot, and I'm just going to give these a really good cleaning just to kind of make everything as clean as possible. I'll probably bring the vacuum out as well, and I'm going to clean out the spring perches, or at least the area right here, as well as the top, so that as well too, and kind of just go over everything, clean everything, make sure everything is looking nice and clean. Makes it a lot easier for installing everything. But this is one of the final steps. We also got to put the brakes on too. I don't know if I'll do that on this video. I'll probably do it on the next one, but we'll see how we do it. But anyways, yeah, let's get started. Again, so I'm just gonna start off with my little wire brush thingy and some paper towels and whatnot, and some brake clean, and we'll get this all cleaned up and ready to go. Alrighty there, guys. So as you guys can see, I just cleaned this hub up a wee bit. Kind of gave it a bit of, you can't really see it, but I got my drill over there, just has a wire brush on it. Yeah, cleaned it up, cleaned these hubs the best I could. Yeah, there's a little bit of resistance here just from the ABS unit, this little prong that comes out. That's just because there's so much surface rust, so I did the best I could to really get it down. Hopefully once I get this thing moving a bit more, should be okay. Maybe in the future, sorry, I just had to fix myself there. Maybe in the future I'll get myself a new section here as well as some new hubs, but that's later down the road. And then we just gave everything a brake clean shower just to kind of clean it up. Again, guys, when you put your rotors and everything on, you're going to want to make sure you got like some sort of silicone stuff just to kind of keep everything lubricated. But yeah, anyways, we're going to work on getting the new coilovers in, so you guys can see. We're going to work on just putting in the top parts for now, because we're going to be putting a sway bar on. I'm going to have to do the sway bar and the bottom strut mounts or strut bolts at the same time, so it's kind of a bit of a pain to follow along. Again, my application's a lot different than what your application might be, so at least you guys have an idea. But again, here's our coilovers. These are the NJT from JOM. Yeah, Extremes. Again, same ones we put on the front, as well as our springs right here from Das Parts. Again, these are from Swift, so Swift springs, and these are 8K. So we're running 10K in the front and 8K in the rear. We'll see how it goes. And these are 7 inches, I think, is the length in the springs. So yeah, hopefully everything goes as planned here. But anyways, as far as putting the coilovers on, again, these are the upper strut, upper spring boots here. So make sure you guys keep those safe. And then we have our old strut here. So we're gonna have to be taking, or we're gonna be taking off the strut mount itself and the dust boot and the cover. We're gonna be reusing all that, so we're gonna have to grab ourselves. You can kind of see how the stock strut here has like that little, there you go, that's a good view of it for you guys there. Has kind of this flat section here that we can put on either a set of channel locks or some sort of vice grip, or even just an adjustable wrench or whatever. That way we can get the strut nut off. And again, guys, as we go here, I'm going to be trying to find all the torque specs for everything, but I think for the rear everything's a lot easier than doing the front. So yeah, I'm going to start with taking this off right here, getting this whole assembly off, and then we can throw these crappy old struts in the garbage because we don't need them anymore, and transfer this stuff over to our JOMs. All right, so if you guys can see this, it is a little tough to do with the camera. So we got a 5/8, 16 mil should work as well. So picture my wrench being right here, and then if you guys can see that, I have an adjustable here to keep the shaft from spinning around. So I'll try to do this so you guys can see it, but it is a little difficult right now, especially when it's nice and tight. Give it a go. All right, we got the top nut off now. Again, guys, JOM should provide the new nuts. Now, I think these might be them right here with the bushing or the nylon lock on it. But at least I have an idea. And then just kind of keep these to the side just in case, you never know. But you should be getting new nuts. And then now, I'm just gonna take off the top mount here. There we go. So the whole dust boot as well as the upper strut mount is already off. And then just anything just in case I need them. You can see, like, oh, actually the struts aren't too bad, but bad enough that we don't really want to use them anymore. Anyways, toss that to the side. We don't need that anymore. Gonna use this stuff right here. Keep everything nice and neat. Let's get let's get these bad boys out here to prep them. Whew, it's getting hot. There we go. So again, these are the springs that come from JOM. Sorry, my finger's right in the way here. There we go. So these are the springs that came from JOM. Now, I'm not gonna be using these. I'm just gonna kind of keep them on the side in case, you never know, I might need them at some point, or if for whatever reason the springs I have are too short, then I'll have to use these for the time being until I get springs, or custom springs at a better height. But I was told that these Swift ones should work, so I'm just gonna toss these aside, leave everything in the package. And then we have, so here's our bottom spring perch right here. So I just gotta take this off right there. This goes below the spring perch on the trailing arms. And then as you guys can see, fully adjustable with the height as you would expect. And then we have our strut tower, or strut tube right there with adjustability. So everything's good to go as far as that. So nice, guys, look at that. Oh, it looks great. So pretty much it's just had, if you guys saw, I had this little strap thing. You're just gonna cut that off, and then that way everything should pop right out, and then it does come with a brand new nut. So yeah, that's done there. Again, probably just give this a quick cleaning just to make sure, but basically, guys, we're just gonna put on our dust boot right here, toss that back on there, and then that way we'll be ready to go as far as putting our upper strut mount, which would be pretty sweet to get that done today. So yeah, I'm just gonna toss that on, and then yeah, once that's done, we're just gonna kind of loose fit everything on the top today, or not today, but just for now, and that way I got both sides kind of ready to go, and then we'll be able to tie everything in once everything gets done. But yeah, so let's put on our dust shield, or dust boot right now, and get that all set up. There we go, guys. So yeah, I end up having to cut the rear bump stop just because with the shield and the extra bit there, it wouldn't slide down all the way. It just yeah, it didn't work out. So unfortunately I couldn't get the dust cover to go on there, but I went online and did see a lot of other videos that kind of have a similar sort of setup, so should be okay. Worst comes to worst, I mean, these are pretty easy to take out, so if I want to put on some new bump stops and dust covers, I can do that fairly simple and fairly quick. So yeah, anyways, we got the top nut on right now. I just got to torque down. This is to be down to 18 foot-pounds, so nothing too crazy. I'm just going to give it a quick zip with the impact, just the light 18 volt here impact, and it's 17 mil compared to the 16 mil that was on the stock strut. So I'm just going to quickly give that a little zinger, and then we should be able to mount the top mount here into its spot, and then we can get ready to do the other side and then slowly bring everything else up. So there we go. Again guys, fairly easy. You guys can see how everything lines up, so just make sure that you have everything lined up at the top and then have your alignment down at the bottom. That way everything fits okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the OEM bolts, the 16 millimeter size bolts for the upper strut here, and just put a little bit of anti-seize on them and get those all kind of sorted in there. That way, yeah, everything fits in there nice. Nice guys, there we go. So this is all nice and mounted now. Yeah, everything's like tight, it's not torqued down. Apparently online it says 22 foot-pounds for these guys, which me personally I think that's a little low, but that's judging from what I found online. So I'm just going to tell you guys, make sure you guys find the proper torque specs. Again, this car is getting a full check over when we're done with them, but yeah, everything's in there. Still got to do the torqueness on them, but yeah, hopefully, oh man, hopefully I did the right thing with this dust cover here, because it is going to drive me nuts. I know it won't matter to some people, but to me that's just going to drive me nuts. I know this is going to be pushed up too as well, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyways, what I'm going to do now is get the other strut and the other coilover assembled for the driver's side, and then once we're done that and both of them are kind of hanging like this, I'm going to work on getting the springs involved, and then that's when everything's going to get a little funky, because we're going to be putting in our Eibach sway bar, which again is going to add another element to the build here, but should be good when it's all done. But yeah, hopefully you guys are following along so far. I'm trying to be as clear as I can as I'm learning this as we go along here for sure. But look how sweet this little dial is here for the dampening. I like that. Pretty easy and simple. So that's pretty cool. What I can do too is I can turn it that way I can get my hand in there a lot easier than having to do it with it facing inside the strut section here. So we'll see how that works there guys, but looks pretty cool. Quick note as well guys, don't forget this dust cover. Do not forget this. I'm going to put this in the subtitles as we go along here. Don't forget to put this guy in too as well. Just prepping the driver's one here again. Yeah, this thing's going to shoot out, which is good. That means it's brand new strut assembly, and then you guys can see the difference between them both here. Try to do this without damaging anything, but there you go. Oh, there we go. So you can see the difference now, how much shorter it is for sure, and definitely when it's compressed it's going to make a big difference, which is why I think that's why they say you have to trim the bump stops and the dust cover there. But again, it's going to stress me out for a little bit. I hope it works out. Like, I mean, it's going to work out, but yeah, I just like everything looking as OEM as possible, but you can't really have that when you're trying to build a track car. And then if you look down, like, look at that, you got the bushings in here. These are all solid, which is nice. So that's a pretty cool feature. But yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna trim, where's the bump stop again? Right there. So I gotta take that and just go quickly trim that one up for the driver's one, and then I'll be ready to mount that. So again guys, this is pretty quick and easy. Even for me, like my first time doing this on the rear and everything, it's fairly simple to do. You guys should have no problem. If I can do it, you guys can do it, no doubt about that. Again guys, don't forget the dust cover just pops back on there. Very simple. There we go. Okay, so driver's side's ready to go up there. Let's get it mounted in. So there's our spring set up there guys. So these, like I said, just like the front, custom Swift springs, and these are 8K for the spring rate, so hopefully yeah, hopefully that works out. I'm going to start with them maxed out on the height. Hopefully they should have no issue getting up there. Again, make sure you got your spring isolator right here, and then you got your spring perch, and then I have my little 8.8 graded bolt here with a lock washer, and then you have the big washer that comes from JOM for the bottom of the spring perch. So yeah, let's get this installed here so you guys can see that. So what I'm gonna do first is I got my spring perch in there, which fits in there just like that. Again, guys, you can go in there and make sure that everything is sitting very nice. You know what I mean? Make sure it's sitting in there properly. You don't want anything angled up. Again, I kind of cleaned it up just a wee bit. I might give it just a little bit of another bit of a wipe down here with some brake clean or some sort of stuff just to kind of clean it up even more. But yeah, you want this sitting absolutely perfect. That way you have no issues with it. So let's do that. Give it a little bit of a clean, and then we'll put the perch back in there. All right, so the perch is in now, which is good. Yeah, I'm just gonna put the bottom piece on here. Oops. So you guys can see that. So it threads into the bottom, as you guys can probably make sense of. It's right there. And I don't know the torque specs for it, but I think it's pretty much until everything's nice and tight and your lock washer is completely closed down. So I think that's looking good right there. Again, I'm going to repeat myself like 100,000 times with this, but this car is going right from the driveway to dust parts to get everything aligned, everything checked over. So I personally, me, just the way I am with it, I'm probably not going to drive this on the street there. I'm probably just going to trailer it over. Unfortunately, like, you know, I mean, if you guys don't have that option, then you're kind of out of luck. But yeah, other than that, there you go. So you can kind of see the lock washer is nice and flat there. Kind of have an idea on how hard I torqued it down, but yeah, we're gonna put the spring in now. So spring right on top there, and it's just gonna sit there for now. So what I'm gonna do now is just go over to the driver's side, do the exact same thing, and then we're gonna get the sway bar out. And then when we put the sway bar in, it will be the whole thing tying itself together, which is kind of the whole point of the sway bar in this situation. But yeah, those springs look really good. I like the color of them actually. Kind of a cute little teal bluish type of look, but yeah, should be pretty cool. And again, just make sure everything's nice and clean. But yeah, let's get the driver's side going on here with the exact same method we just did, and then we can start putting the sway bar on. Nice, guys. Even with the sunshine going on, everything looks good. Almost there. Okay, so time to get the sway bar out. Yeah, that should be a fun scenario. I gotta take a look at it and just make sure I got everything I need, as well as hopefully some instructions. But from what I've been told, doing the rear sway bar is a bit of a pain because we have to kind of like wrap it around the beam here and yada yada yada. So we'll see how everything goes. Okay, so here's our sway bar. You guys can see Ray took some stuff out, but we have our kit. So this has everything you need as far as the bands to go around the beam. We have extended bolts here for the control arms. Our bushings are in there as well, and I think I can kind of see it. There's some sort of silicone, which I mean is kind of used to go around the bushings so they don't squeak like crazy. But again, guys, if you're not going to be installing the rear sway bar, like you could just put your control arms up, or your rear struts or coilovers back up and put everything in place, and then you're good to go. But because we're doing this, you're going to need the extended bolts. That's definitely a major thing that you're going to need for doing this. So that's why we're kind of waiting on pushing everything up in the back right now so I can put this on. But anyways, again, we have our package here, and then sticker as always. This is just a rebate offer thing, which is pretty cool, like that. And then you can see as we go along here, we have our sway bar. So there we go. Looks pretty good as always in its classic red. That's why we did the front OEM bar in red as well, just to make it look kind of cool. But anyways, let's get out of this package and get it all set up at the back here. So just dumping everything out there, guys. Again, try to keep everything as neat as possible. Hardware kit. There's your, I guess your part number for that. I'll try to find the part number on the actual sway bar. It might even be the same thing. But yeah, other than that, it looks fairly simple. And yeah, I mean, how hard can it be? We've all heard that saying before from a famous show. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, so again, extended. These are the extended lower. I keep saying control arm. I don't know why, but the lower coilover or strut bolts right there. So make sure you guys have those. And then we have our bushings. 2 bushings there. These on the bushings to make sure everything sits nice. And then we got ourselves another bolt. And then this is your grease, your lubricant for the sway bar bushings itself. So yeah, I'm gonna see how I'm gonna work this out and figure it out, and then when I do, I will bring you guys in. That way I can show you kind of what I'm doing or how we're gonna do it. So let me just figure it out and then I'll get back to you. All right, so first things first, I think I have an idea how I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna put the lubricant on the bushings here. Like I said, this stuff is for like anti-squeaking and all that crap. And then you can kind of see it's got like a little bit of an opening there, so I'm just going to put them on the bar for now, and then I should be able to slide them around later on to where I need them. So yeah, let's do that first. Should be, the instructions are good, but you know, I mean, they're still a little sketchy. But anyways, yeah, just kind of coat it around on this here. Alright guys, so now you can see we got the 2 bushings on right now. Again, I can probably slide them to where they gotta go, but this is where it's gonna help to have a second set of hands with you, because this part is gonna be really annoying to do. So yeah, there's 2 things I'm thinking about right here. Is I'm gonna use the jack now, because I'm gonna have to jack up the spring, make sure that fits into place. At the same time, I'm gonna have to put in this guy right here, so that way that I can get the sway bar on. Yeah, so it's gonna be tough, but what I might do is I might put the sway bar right in the middle of the beam and just zip tie it for now. That way it's supported to where it's gotta go, because pretty much Eibach says that you should mount the bottom here first before I put on these bands right here, before I mount it securely to the beam. So yeah, I'll probably just put it up there. That way at least I have some sort of movement with it, and then I can fully secure it when I'm done. But yeah, this is where it's nice to have a second set of hands for sure. If not, you're gonna have to use a jack and kind of maneuver everything yourself. But yeah, so far it looks really good. There we go, guys. You guys can see that now. So it's all zip tied up. Bushings are still on. Again, I'm gonna have to move them to where everything fits, but at least it's whatever. You guys can kind of see where it goes. So now, yeah, I'm gonna get the jack going on here, and I'm gonna try to line everything up at once, one side at a time, and hopefully everything works out pretty good. Just make sure you have yeah, all your stuff ready to go. So got everything lined up. So now I'm just gonna put yeah, where is it? This guy in. The extended bolts here. Make it nice and easy. And yeah, what I'll do is I'll put them in this way. That way, if I ever want to take it off, I don't have to worry about trying to slide this whole bolt out that way where the brake rotor and the wheel are. Hopefully that works out pretty good. But yeah, we'll tighten everything up here. Again, whoops, sorry, my finger keeps getting in the way today, guys. I apologize. But yeah, you can see how everything kind of gets all together here. So now I'm just going to do everything kind of loose fit and tie everything in at the end. That way I have enough kind of play with everything to maneuver the sway bar around if I need to. But again, guys, you can kind of see how it goes. Sorry, I got a mosquito going on here. There we go, guys. That looks much better, a lot more safer. Again, I'm going to put this in the subtitles before you guys even get to this point. But yeah, make sure that you have the threads facing into the car, or else you're going to run the risk of them sticking out too far. And if you're running a wide tire, you don't want to be cutting your tire down. But again, guys, that's why I'm here doing these videos for you guys, so you guys can learn from my mistakes. Anyways, so the lock nut right here, washer, sorry, don't forget the washer. And I got a little bit of ATCs on there. So again, just gonna loose fit it. Springs are a little short, but when the car's sitting on the ground, it should be okay. But there we go. So I'm just gonna kind of leave that hand tight right now and work on doing the other side, and then I can do the mounting on the beam as per needed to get everything all set up. Okay, so I'm just going to get 7/16 in a deeper socket, but at least that's on there for now. I'm going to try to get this one going. Guys, I'll do the best I can to do this with the camera, but it's yeah, it's really hard. I need both hands going on here. That is for sure, but I'll try my best. Ah, man, I had it too. Oh, damn it. Oh, thank God we got it. Whew, thank God. At least it started. Oh, man, okay. Alright, there, guys, there we go. So those are nice and tight now. Again, I kind of wish there was a bit of a better setup on it, but not much I can do about that. Like I said, if it's Eibach, then I assume they've done the research and everything they know should work. But anyways, yeah, so now I'm just going to do these strut bolts right there. And according to online, again, you guys can go ahead and check yourselves. But they're supposed to be 30 foot-pounds with the 1/4 inch turn. So I'm just going to tighten those up. And then that will take care of doing our coilovers with our custom springs, which, yeah, I'm still in debate what I'm going to do with them right now. But yeah, in our rear Eibach sway bar. And then yeah, it's just onto the brakes, guys, and then we are off the jacks again and good to go to go get it aligned and whatnot. But yeah, let me just tighten this up and then I will close out the vid. There we go, guys. So we got the sway bar in, the Eibach sway bar with our JOM NJT adjustable coilovers and our custom Swift springs. Again, now I'm gonna have to go and torque everything down. 30 foot-pounds apparently for your bottom strut nut, and yeah, that's the last thing I'm gonna do. I got them all nice and tight now, but I'm still in debate if I'm gonna torque everything down. I don't know if I'm gonna move those springs out or not yet. But yeah, other than that, there, guys, another day done. Just gotta do the brakes hopefully tomorrow. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching this video again. As always, Max Stack Motorsports on Instagram. Give us a follow, check us out. And yeah, so far I appreciate the support. We're almost done our suspension and brakes for this MK4 GTI, which I'm really excited about. Can't wait to get it on the ground. It's definitely needed. Really wanted to go out and drive this thing. So yeah, thanks again, guys. Again, subscribe, comment on it if you want. Appreciate all the support, and take care.